In today's video, I'm going to reveal to you what you need to be aware of before you consider buying a home. Stay tuned. What's going on, my YouTube friends? This is Jerry Abbott, your #1 real estate resource here in beautiful Las Vegas. Hey guys, a couple of real quick things before we dive into the video. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn the cold hard facts about the Las Vegas real estate market, the economy, and the overall real estate market, then definitely subscribe to the channel down below. Number two, if you happen to like the content in today's video, definitely give me that thumbs up like, guys. That would really help the channel out. And number three, if you are thinking about relocating to beautiful Las Vegas, whether it's next month or next year, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, definitely call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. Let's dive into the video. So I want to start off by showing you guys this short 40-second video clip by people within the real estate industry that's still putting out this kind of ridiculous, bogus information. Take a look at this, and then I'm going to come back and comment on the other side.
Which way is the wind blowing when it comes to recession? What are you seeing?
So I would tell you housing already saw its recession, and that was really the end of last year.
We will see mortgage rates come down in 2024, but I wouldn't expect in most markets for buyers to see a big drop in prices. Inventory is just so low that prices are going to remain stable in most places, and we shouldn't expect a major price correction to occur in the next year.
If you haven't bought a house and you're thinking about buying a house and you're sitting on the sidelines waiting on interest rates to come down, they're not going to come down any minute. And waiting on house prices to come down, they're not going to come down. They're going to go up. You need to go buy a freaking house right now.
Like we said, a real estate reality check, you can always refi later.
This is the kind of nonsense that you need to be aware of. We still have near record home prices. We have 20-year high interest rates. The fact that people who are within this industry are still telling you it's a good time to buy a home is the equivalent of running into a burning building. And I'm going to show you in the upcoming clips why now is not the time to buy and why you should be sitting on the sidelines. All right, so let's start with the big news that just came out last week that I'm sure most of you have heard about. Unfortunately, there's another global war on our hands. Israel was attacked by Palestine. This article that just came out from Fortune.com talks about how this is going to potentially affect the overall economy. Now you can see the headline here. It says, "Attack on Israel, what investors, economists, and strategists are saying about the effects on the markets." Now I want to scroll down here to one specific sentence here that I highlighted in gray. I'm going to read it off to you if you can't see it. It says, "Geopolitical crisis in the Middle East have usually caused oil prices to rise and stock prices to fall." Now we've already experienced a big increase in oil prices because we're all feeling that at the gas pumps. So oil is going up. The next thing, in my opinion, that's going to start to happen, like I mentioned in my previous video from last week, is that people are starting to feel a lot of fear in the stock market. When stock market prices drop and oil prices go up, a lot of people start to get scared. And when they get scared, they start to pull the plug on big ticket items like homes and car purchases. And I think that's what's going to happen here. There's going to be more global uncertainty because of these wars. The stock market, in my opinion, is going to go down. Oil prices are already going up. And I think that's definitely going to have a major impact on home prices because there's going to be less people wanting to buy these high ticket items. And therefore, I think over time, home prices are going to fall, especially now because we have these wars going on. So now let's drill down specifically into the overall housing market. I want to point out a few specific things in this new article that just came out from Yahoo Finance, starting with this shocking headline. Housing market, monthly payments up 122% in 3 years. That is absolutely stunning. Now here's what I want you guys to take a look at more importantly is this gray highlighted paragraph. It talks about how home payments have gone up 122% in the past 3 years, but then it says right here, it's really unlikely that interest rates will come down and mortgage rates will come down in a meaningful way. The Federal Reserve has sent the message that interest rates will stay higher for longer. So this is the handwriting on the wall, guys. The Federal Reserve is basically saying interest rates are going to stay high and potentially go even higher than they are now. The average American home buyer cannot afford 8 or 9% interest rates, and this is where we're starting to already see the cool off in the overall housing market, and I anticipate that continuing through the rest of this year and well into 2024 because interest rates, in my opinion, are going to go higher. It's only going to become more unaffordable for most people to own a home and make these kind of payments, and that's why ultimately I see home prices dropping over the course of the next year. All All right, so just to piggyback off that last segment and why home payments have gone up a stunning 122% over the last 3 years is because mortgage rates have been skyrocketing. About 3 years ago, you could have gotten a mortgage rate under 3%. Now, if you look right here in the middle of the page, it says 8.63%. That's the 30-year fix. Now, if you guys have been following my channel, I've gone on this mortgage loan calculation page several times over the last couple of months. I remember a couple of months ago, the number was about 7.7. Then it went up to about 8. Then it went up to about 8.2. And now it's 8.6% for this credit score right there, 700 to 719. That's the average credit score for the average home borrower. Now, if we hit the drop-down menu right here and we go to the lower tier credit, 640 to 659, look at the number now. It goes up to 8.87%. If you have perfect credit, 800 and up, it's still at 8.26%. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Mortgage rates are completely out of control. Average home borrowers cannot afford to meet home payments when they're paying an 8.5% or 9% mortgage rate, and that's why mortgage demand has plummeted. I think it's going to continue as rates continue to go higher, and that is going to send home prices down. All right, so just to add a little bit more salt to the wound, I want you guys to take a look at this graphic that somebody put out on social media a couple of weeks ago, talking about where your mortgage rate would have been 2 years ago compared to now, and how much more interest you're paying and how much more money you're paying overall for your home loan. So let's take a look at the top. In 2021, your interest rate was 2.96% on a 30-year fixed rate. Let's say the loan amount that they have as an example here is about $400,000. The total cost of the loan is $604,000 because you're paying a total amount of interest of $204,000. Not too bad considering interest rates 2 years ago were less than 3%. Now we go down here to the bottom half. 2023, the 30-year fixed rate they have is 7.7%. Now, from that previous segment that I just showed you guys, most people are not anywhere near 7.7. They're well into the 8s, but they're using the 7.7 30-year fixed rate as the example. Same loan amount here, $400,000. Total cost of the loan now, over $1 million. Total interest paid, $627,000. So now because you're at nearly an 8% rate here, you are paying $600,000+ compared to 2 years ago where you're paying about $200,000. So you're now paying triple the amount of interest just because where mortgage rates are, and it's very unfortunate for a lot of people right now that are borrowing to get a home. All right, so let's dig into my neck of the woods here in the Las Vegas area. This is a bar chart going back 12 months showing the monthly housing inventory. So if we take a look on the far left here, you see about a year ago there was 8,000 homes for sale. This was the peak level. Then you see the steady drop off going through the rest of this year till we got to about August to about 3,440 homes that you see highlighted in red. Then in September, right there in the middle, 3,600 homes, and now in October, we're right at about 3,900 homes. So even though it's only gone up slightly, this is important to note because of the fact that mortgage demand is plummeting because people cannot afford homes anymore when we're at that 8.5% or 9% rate that a lot of people are climbing to. So what happens is as mortgage demand plummets, housing inventory is starting to increase because there's just less overall buyers. And I anticipate that happening through the rest of this year and well into 2024. All right, so if you follow my channel, you know that I usually end each of my videos by going to the popular real estate website Zillow just to show you a few specific examples of homes that are for sale in the Las Vegas area at various price points and showing you the kind of price reductions that are happening. This week is no different. I found several examples. Let's start with this luxury example. Right next to my picture, you can see it's currently listed at $2 million. But more importantly, take a look down here just where I'm moving my arrow. To the right of that, it says July of 2022. That was about 15 months ago. That was the peak of the real estate market. Take a look over here on the left side. 15 months ago, this home was valued at $2.4 million at the peak levels. Now take a look at the estimated market value, 1.886. So in 15 months, this home has gone from 2.4 as a valuation to 1.886. That's about a 25% drop. So that's why I keep saying, guys, patience is the prudent play. We're coming down off these peak levels. It doesn't matter if you're looking at a luxury home or an average price point. There's a lot of homes that are being reduced. Let's take a look at the next example. All right, so let's take a look at this home that's for sale here in the Las Vegas area. This is a more moderately priced home. You can see right next to my picture. It's currently listed at $535,000, but there's a very specific reason why I want to show you guys this home example. Take a look here in the bottom right. In April of 2022, this home was listed for sale for $670,000. There was no buyer. Then they reduced it to $637,000, no buyer. Then they reduced it to $600,000, They reduced it to $575, still with no buyer, where it currently sits right now at $535, and there are still no buyers. That's a $135,000 price drop in 18 months. The reason why I want to show this to you guys and show this example is because sellers from last year and even this year are still in fantasy land, thinking they could just throw whatever number they want up there and find a sucker buyer to try to buy at these super high levels when the home is nowhere near that kind of value. And that's why you see these kind of examples happening now all the time, where these sellers are finally capitulating and prices are coming down. And again, there's a lot of examples like this in the Las Vegas area. And with mortgage rates going up, heading into the winter time, these reductions, in my opinion, are going to continue across the board on all different price levels. So let's just do a brief recap of that information. Number one, we have multiple global wars going on right now. Number two, interest rates are at 20-year highs. Number three, home prices are still near record highs. And number four, affordability has all but gone out the window for most people. The simple truth is this: if you're looking to buy a high ticket item like a home right now, now is not a wise option to do so with so much global economic uncertainty. So before we end today's video, I just want to give a shout out to my favorite comment from last week's video. It's actually not a comment from my YouTube channel. It's actually a text that somebody sent to me directly. I'm going to put it up here on screen. If you guys want to pause the video for a second, take a look at it and read it. I'm just going to summarize it real quick. So this person saw my video 3 weeks ago, and he's saying that he's currently renting a home. The owner offered it for him to be able to purchase it at $330,000 originally, but it is appreciated to $370,000 according to the appraisal. His rent is $1,375, but his mortgage would be $2,400. He's still a little unsure given the situation, and he's still feeling a little upset about the payment. He said, after hearing about your video, it makes me wonder whether or not this is the best decision. Should I walk away or rent somewhere else and wait, or just stay and bite the bullet? So that's a little bit of a tricky situation. If that person continues to rent, they have a $1,375 a month payment, but again, the rent isn't going towards equity because he doesn't own the property. If he decides to own the property, his payment goes up to $2,400 a month, which is $1,000 more roughly than what he's paying right now. So it's a very tricky situation. It's really dependent on the person's finances. I want you guys to definitely let me know what you would do in that situation. So definitely let me know in the comments section down below what you think of that person's situation, or just leave me your own creative or cool comment. And my favorite one from this week's video, I'm going to give a direct on-screen shout out to in next week's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I also hope you appreciate my transparency. Like I've said before, I'm always going to keep it 100% real on this channel regarding the overall real estate market, with specific emphasis here in the Las Vegas area. So like I said earlier, guys, in the video, we are facing a lot of global economic uncertainty right now. Buying a high ticket item like a home, if you don't have to do it right now, don't do it. Sit on the sidelines. I think the economy is going to hit rough water later this year, and we're going to see better home prices when we get into 2024. If you are thinking about buying a home, especially here in the Las Vegas area, when that time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've got your back. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home when that time is right for you. I'll see you in the next video.